the problem of a pushy arm action is what I call like hand disconnection outside 90, right? So we're not able to leverage our hand essentially. And now when you see him anchor down here, obviously he's outside that 90-degree threshold that we want to see. You'll see another video on this in the report. So if we talk about like truly leveraging the hand, we need to come in to out, right? It's as simple as, actually, what's the analogy that I used the other day? Like on a whim, it was pretty cool. Pinball, right? So in order to express extremely high output or power output and hit that pinball, it needs to come all the way down and all the way into this, contract and then explode out. And I look at the hand very similar to that. Now, if we don't get the hand in, then we're not going to be able to express a ton of power out. So I think here's my kind of professional opinion, if you will. It's not one thing that's like super eye-opening and like a huge breakdown. I think it's a component of all three things, right? So we have the inability to segment. So like you mentioned with the hips and the trunk going together, right? So that if they don't go together, then you're not able to create that pulling sensation. Okay. So that's another component that we're going to hammer home in the progressions. The second one is, yes, the trunk goes early, right? That to me is actually a byproduct of something that I see in this back video, is the inability to truly scap retract, right? So this is what I call like retraction and rotate. So we want to retract that elbow, initiate our retraction with our elbow. You see his arm just kind of goes up instead of like retract. So if we don't retract, then that's our delaying mechanism for the trunk and the torso. So now that he's got limited retraction, of course his trunk's going to just go early, right? So now when his trunks go early, you see that the shoulder and the hip are kind of just moving together. There's a great visual I have here from the World Series. No, sorry, the postseason. This is Tatis. They showed this video. Now it's a subtle move, but hopefully you can see it. But emphasis on this rear hip and his elbow. So what you're going to see is this move that this hip goes into, so hip internal rotation, while the elbow initiates a deeper state of retraction. Okay, so watch this. It's right there. You see that? So that, I know you can't really see the hip bone essentially, but you can see the femur start to move into a rotation where that elbow is moving the opposite. So you have like this effect, right? So now what that allows him to do is create that stretch, create that pulling sensation for when he anchors his front foot down. Now he's just going to pull through and his trunk is going to bring the arm, and see where his hand positioning is through this time, right? So you see how his hand is inside being leveraged as he goes into his trunk rotation. Boom. Pulls the arm through, right? Man, that's a good visual. So same thing. Even though he's moving laterally, he's still able to accomplish this segmentation where the hips, that's even a better visual of it, right? That rear hip, and then boom, pulls through, right? Thank you so much for watching that video. Be sure to check out those videos right there that are related to the video that you just watched. Subscribe, or we are going to arm wrestle your analysis. Click that right there. You can check out the links in the description. Link that will give you direct access to my question platform, which will allow you to ask me a question that I will respond to. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. See ya.